Alright, so right now I'd like to talk about our first project. So for this one, we're just going to create a simple collage just to practice with selection tools. So I'm going to go up to File and New to create a new document here. And for the document size, you can either make it portrait or landscape or vertical or horizontal. But we want to make the width and height either 8 inches wide and 10 inches high, or 10 inches wide and 8 inches high, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to go with a landscape image here. You want to make sure that you set it to inches, so it's not 10 by 8 pixels, but it's 10 by 8 inches, and that the resolution is 300. So we're going to create this for print resolution, mainly just for practice in finding large image sizes. Because it's easy to find a low-res 72 dpi web resolution image, but finding a large print resolution image is a little bit trickier, so it's figured to be a little bit more of a challenge for this first one. But again, make sure it's in inches when you're creating this. And then again, 10 inches by 8 inches, and then hit create. Okay, once you've got your blank document here, we want to find some sort of background to fill that. And I don't really care what it is. You just want to find an image that you can use that fills the whole background and that doesn't look pixelated. So, I mean, you don't have to blow it up to make it fit. So, once I've created this image, if you're not sure what image size to look for, if you go up to the image menu and you go into image size, it will give you a breakdown of what size the image is in both inches and in pixels. So it says dimensions right here. So this is an image that's 3000 pixels by 2400 pixels. So when I'm searching the web for images to use, I want to find something that's at least that big. And it's going to be a little tricky. If you try to look for anything too specific, you may have difficulty finding an image that large. So what I'm doing is basically going in and just searching something really generic like landscape, or if you want just some sort of abstract background, just type in abstract background and then just click on the Images tab in Google, just so you're looking at all the actual image files. And then we have to just find one that's the correct size. So if we just randomly click on images, we can see when we hover, once we click on the image, it opens in this larger thing on the side here. And in the corner, you can see what resolution it is. So this says it's 1000 by 643. Google used to display the resolution on these thumbnails, so it made it a little bit easier to browse. And I don't know why they removed that, or if there's a way to bring it back. But so unfortunately, I have to click on these images and then hover over them here to see what the file size is. But again, I'm looking for something that's 3000 by 2400. Okay, so as I click on these or hover over these, I'm seeing resolutions that are decent size, but not exactly what I'm looking for. So if you're having trouble, if you go up to the top in the Google Images tab and you click on Tools, there's a size here. And unfortunately, they've also changed this recently too. You used to be able to choose small, medium, large, or specific megapixel sizes. And they've removed all that in order to simplify it, but I actually kind of liked being able to search for a 5 megapixel image or whatever. But instead, I'm just limited to clicking on large. And then it should, but it doesn't guarantee, but it should only display large images. So like say that one I just clicked on, and this one's 4000 by 2700. So that's going to be a really large image. Now the other problem is actually getting to it and actually trying to get to that image there. Sometimes you can right click and choose Save Image As, but you're not necessarily guaranteed that that's going to be the large image. The only way to really tell is to actually download it and open it in Photoshop. I believe that is the large image. But sometimes when you actually do that save image as, it's only saving the thumbnail. It's not actually going to that one. So you may have to click on it and then try to actually go to the website and see if there's a download button or something for the full res image. If you find that you're going to the website and it's too difficult to find the large image you were looking for, there's nothing wrong with just abandoning that, going back and just trying to find a different one. But ideally, when you find a good one, you should be able to... I'm not able to find another one. That one's pretty decent. So should be able to right click and do save image as. The real test to see if you actually got the high res image is if you go back into Photoshop or open the image in Photoshop and do a select all and then an edit copy and then go into the blank document you created and do an edit paste. If the image fills the whole page, then you must have found the correct resolution. If you paste it in, and it say paste in, like this big, then you must have found the thumbnail instead, and it's not actually high enough resolution. But if you ever find yourself having to blow up an image like this to try to get it to fit, then it probably wasn't the correct one. So just make sure when you paste it in, it comes in at the right size. And then that's pretty much it as far as searching. As long as you're paying attention to the resolution and then paying attention to the fact that it actually downloaded the correct resolution that it promised, then you should be able to paste it into your background and you'll have at least that part done.